All right, guys, I'm so excited today to have here with me on the call for Hustling Podcast, the first interview to my brother, mentor. Man, like this guy has become like family, like familia to me. And it's such an honor to have today with us, Albert Preciado. Hey, Albert, I know like, a lot of people see the Ferraris, the Rolls Royces, but for those who don't know you, like who is Albert Preciado?
Brother, first of all, thank you for having me. You mean the world to me. So really proud of what you've done, and really excited for your new podcast. And you executing. I love the way you execute. You just don't talk and say you're gonna do this. You go and execute. So really proud of you. But for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm just an example of someone that started from nothing. That lived in an area where we had drug dealing and just nothing, didn't even speak English. And I'm an example that even if you came from there, you could still be a multimillionaire, going on to become a billionaire. It's, and my dream is not to become a billionaire, it's to help billions of people. But I want to be successful and I want to change a lot of lives. But now what I do is, people see the exotic cars, the Ferraris, the Rolls Royces, the Beverly Hills $10 million home, and things like that. But I'm an example that even if you are somewhere right now doing cocaine, because I had a cocaine problem, I got DUIs, I made a lot of mistakes, and I came from nothing. So you guys that are watching this, you guys can also become as successful as me or more. So I'm just a humble guy that wants to help people, and nothing makes me more happy than watching your success, watching everybody else's success.
Man, that's awesome. And by the way, I like how you how you talk so open about your DUIs and that stuff. Like I remember I had a DUI myself, and I kept that on secret for so long. Like nobody knew about it. And then when I saw you that you had DUIs and you were telling your story about like how it was difficult for you to get the real estate broker license, and it took long. And then I found myself in the same scenario. I was about to get the real estate broker license, and I was worried. I was concerned. Like, man, what if I got neglected? And I saw your story, and I was like, no, man, if he did it, I can. I think everything will be okay. And of course, it took a little bit longer, but like here I am today. And it worked out. But next question I want to ask is like, what advice will you give to someone like that have no money, no resources, no connection, who doesn't know where to start? What advice would you give to that person?
Go get any job, like go work for you, and work your ass off, give a lot of value, and get paid $20 an hour, $25 an hour, anything. And if you can't get a high paying job, get a second job. And go and save 3.5% down so that you can go buy a 4-unit property. And if you follow these steps and you get another one, in 5 years, you'll be a millionaire. Or if not, half a millionaire. And I know this for a fact because that's what I did. And it's very easy. Your property that you bought, keep it for 7 years. I guarantee you that 5-7 years, it's going to be worth a lot more. And if you keep doing that and running your business, you're going to become a millionaire with properties, and you're going to become a million equity, because the equity is going to go up, and you're going to become a millionaire with your business. So if you are somewhere right now with nothing, find somebody like Jomar, find somebody like Albert, go to any place and apply for a job. Get a job, suck it up, save money, and then you could qualify for a 4-unit property.
Right.
That's how I did it.
Yeah. No, that's great advice, man. That's great advice, and I know it's gonna help a lot of people. So this is gold. What you're saying right now.
A lot of people don't know that you could get a 4-unit property up to 4 units, FHA. So FHA is 3.5%. If you buy a $200,000 property, it's 3.5%. It's like $7,000. Yeah. If you live in an area where like in one of those low cost areas, states, cities, you could buy 2 units for $40,000, $50,000, and then you rent them and you just let them go up. But remember, the higher cost areas go up in value faster. So you got to think about that. But it's very easy. Anybody can get a 4 unit property. Anybody, like you just get a job, save, live, don't spend money on food, on things you don't need, and go get your 4 unit property. It's easy. You help a lot of people get 4 units.
I know, man. I know. I've been helping a lot of people doing that, and it makes me feel so good, like to see people start building a real estate
And it's
portfolio,
very
and
important for people to know that I bought 3 units. Then my wife, when she was my girlfriend, she bought 3 units. Then we no, she bought 4 units. She bought 4 units. I bought 3 units, and then we bought another 4 unit, another 4 unit, another 3 unit, another 4 unit. We got I think like 18 units. We sold them and made over $2 million in 5 years just because of equity. Those $2 million made me a multi-millionaire and allowed me to grow all my other businesses and start new businesses. When I got my first 3 unit property, I had $3,000 in my bank account and I had a 560 FICO score. I was nothing. So you guys watching this, you guys can do the same thing. It's easy. And if you guys want to know more how to do it, ask Jomar, ask me, send me a DM or send Jomar a DM. We want to help people.
absolutely, man, absolutely. Hey, let me ask you something. I'm curious. This question, like, what do you regret? And let me give you an example, right? Because let me open up myself. Like, what do you regret? Like, for example, for me, back when I was doing drugs, coke, pills, weed, alcohol, like back on those days, something that I regret, man, is that I was such in a deep place and dark place that I actually have a gold chain that my mother gave me, a
Yeah.
gold chain with a J and a B, my initials on diamonds. This is something my mother gave me. My mother wait since I was a kid, all the way to when she felt I was ready to have it, she gave it to me. This was like a treasure, and I pawned that freaking necklace, man, for fucking couple bucks because I just wanted to get high again. I didn't have no money. Like, I would love to see that necklace on my chest. That's something my mother gave me. You know what I mean? It has so much emotional value. Like stealing money to my parents, like that kind of stuff. Like what you, Albert, what do you regret?
You know, probably I would have to think about that, but I don't think I think the best answer is I don't regret anything because I learned from every mistake. So most people are just like, man, I regret this because I made because like you gave that away. But I always like to look at the positive. Like now you learn that you fucked up big time. I guarantee you that you will never do that again.
100%.
Like Rocky gave away his dog. He sold his dog for very for very little, and then he wanted to go buy his dog again. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like maybe you could go and find it again, and like who knows where it is now. But I think you learn from it. So I don't really I don't really regret anything because every every mistake I made, I learned, and it made me better. So like I look back and I'm like, man, I had sex with 1,000 women. I mean, maybe not 1,000 women, but maybe 500 or I don't know, but it was a lot. It was a lot, and it was. I had a girl for the morning time, for the middle of the day, and for the night. And every weekend, same story. Let me get let me get an 8 ball of cocaine. It'll last me the weekend, and sometimes I would get crazier than that. And then hang out with my buddies, go to the club, go to strip clubs after that, and then try to bring a stripper home, and it was just crazy shit. Like I could go on even crazier shit, but all of that I don't regret it because I learned a lot from it, and now I know what it is, how it feels, the consequences, and now I could be a better father to my 2 little daughters. So I really don't regret anything. And today, I live a life where I have everything. I like to drink. I like to. You can't drink every day because it's not healthy. It's just it's fun, but it's not healthy. And then if you drink too much, you don't even get drunk. You have to drink a lot more. Your body gets used to it. So now I live a life where if I want to have a drink, I'll have a drink, but I'll be responsible. I'm not gonna do it every day. I'll do it once a week. If I have to, twice a week, but that's it. I'm gonna eat junk food, but I'm gonna eat 80% healthy. I'm gonna work a lot of hours and grow the business, but I'm also gonna have some time for my daughters. I'm also gonna have some time for my wife. I'm gonna be ethical, and I'm not gonna have I'm not gonna cheat on my wife. I'm not gonna have another girl on the side. I'm not gonna do that because then. But all of that I learned it through experiences. So I really don't regret anything. I don't know if that answers your question.
No, no, no. I think you answered it perfectly, man. It's just like you learn, you make mistakes and you learn. That's it. But you just
Now,
don't regret. Yeah,
for example, now I cocaine made me feel a little bit good and party and all that, but I know what it could do to you. So I'm not gonna. If I start doing cocaine right now, I destroy not only my life, my businesses, but I destroy over 300 lives of the people that work for us.
yeah,
And not only
yeah.
that, I'm gonna destroy a lot of people that follow me.
Right.
I'm gonna start being stupid and making mistakes and losing all my money and getting into trouble. And I'm gonna get addicted again. And I just can't do that.
Yeah.
I have daughters, so I wouldn't know this if I would have never tried cocaine in the past. Now that I built this empire, now I'm like, okay, I can't do that anymore. I won't even
Yeah.
consider it. No.
And now that you're saying like you have 300 people looking up to you, like followers looking up to you, and like how they say, like with the biggest the power, the biggest the responsibility. So like I remember you talking about like how many days you were not able to sleep, or like wake up with like heartaches or anxiety attacks, right? I've been there, like I've been there, like, and I remember you said it, so I was like, okay, yeah, this is normal. But like having, like, I could not sleep, like I have to maybe take some melatonin to go to sleep or something. Like I'm always thinking, and then you start thinking, man, like I have people looking up to me. There's like if I screw something up, it's gonna affect all of them. They're I'm their leader. So based on that, like I believe like fear is a great motivator, right? Like when you feel like fear, like, oh my God, I don't want to run out of money, my business or something, it just push you to make more money, right? So with that being said, like somebody like at your level, like what's that biggest fear that motivate you to just keep pushing, or like like do you have any fear that actually motivates you?
I don't. I say this. I don't fear anything, and I understand how fear motivates because Ed Milet believes in that. And he told me maybe you fear you have that fear too, Albert, and you don't see it, but I just don't see it. I don't. I believe I don't fear anything. And when I go to sleep, but when I there was times where I went to sleep and then I would sleep a little bit, wake up, and I just couldn't go back to sleep because I was like, man, I hope this check clears. I hope money comes in. I hope I make another sale, or I'm not gonna be able to do payroll Friday, and it's all and it's a huge, insane amount of stress because now
Yeah.
you're affecting other people's lives, and it's not right. It's not ethical, and that's when I said, you know what, I need to be. That's when I created my core values and being ethical. I have to be ethical. I have to work hard. I have to have the right attitude no matter what, and I have to be loyal to my people. And I started doing that, and then that always reminded me why I am doing this. And then I looked to my left and I saw my wife pregnant. I saw Italia small, and I said, I can't quit. So when moments get so tough, if you don't quit, you're going to become a billionaire. If you have an insane amount of courage, you're going to take big risks and you're going to become a billionaire. And if you are disciplined, you're going to become a billionaire. So you got to be disciplined. So one of the things that I did was, you know what? I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to continue eating healthy. I'm not going to drink alcohol. There's no point of drinking alcohol. The problems are not going to go away. I'm gonna feel worse. I need it to be as 100% as I can. So I stopped drinking alcohol for a while until I got a victory. Then I celebrated a little bit, and then I also, like, I was just focused. That's why I always stay in shape. Like, I never, if I was drinking every day or eating junk food or not taking care of my health, I would be a fat Albert. And when you're in shape, and when your mind is good and your body's good, you could do anything. And then once you get that momentum, so right now I see that you have some momentum. So you can't ever let it go, because once you lose that momentum, you go all the way down like this. Because there's somebody. Just think about it. If you're driving the Ferrari and you have a Lambo right behind you, and you crash, it'll just take off, and it'll pass you. And by the time you recover, or if you spin out and if you get back on the track, he's too far ahead. You lost already. So that's what happens if you lose momentum. That's why you have to work on Saturdays. You have to work on Sundays. You can't take days off. If you go on if we go to Puerto Rico, because we love going to Puerto Rico, I'm still working. I'm enjoying the trip, but I have my laptop. I'm checking my finances. I'm checking in with my team at work. I don't disconnect, because I cannot lose the momentum. And that's something that my dad told me. Albert, you have so much momentum, never lose it. If you go out with a billionaire and you're hungover, next day, you're not taking it. You're working out, you're going to the office, you're talking to your people, like, you just don't stop, because you never know how long it's going to take you to get that momentum again. And if you lose your momentum, 99% chance you go out of business.
Damn.
So
Yeah.
you got to think like that. So that's why I'm never, never, never satisfied. We
Yeah.
reached the goal, and now next year I want to hit 50 million in revenue. 50 million in revenue, and that's the goal. So I'm always like, okay, let's go, let's go faster. How can we cut time from the equation? So, like, every process that we have in our mortgage company, real estate company, driven, how can we produce the same results faster? Technology, social media. That's why I'm big on marketing. I got the Ferrari, I couldn't afford it. But the Ferrari, I used it to appear bigger to Goliath. So I have this influencer that's making a lot of money, has millions of followers, and is very successful. So how do I appear bigger than him? I get a Ferrari, and even though I'm broke, now people are like, holy shit, he's in the mortgage industry and he drives a Ferrari. Maybe if we join him, we'll drive a Ferrari. So people started coming to me, and I started, just pushing, pushing, pushing. And once I got that momentum, I never let go of that momentum. And now, people see, and I have millions of dollars in the bank. I have 19 bank accounts. I have two Ferraris. I have a Rolls Royce. I have a lot of watches. I have a $10 million home. I have two little daughters. I have 4 companies. I have 12 flows of income, and I'm not stopping.
That's it. Hey, I know I want to be respectful of your time, and I want to close it out with one question. Uh, Albert, so when was that turning point on your life, okay, that led you to be that Albert Preciado that you are today? What was that turning point?
When somebody gave me the idea, because I was working for a company, right? And then, or actually, you know what? Let me go back. The turning point was when I was making $300,000 less. Right before I was making about 300K a year, being a loan officer, a mortgage guy. And but I had a bunch of bills that I owed. I had collections. I was fixing my credit. I was in a bad spot. And so I was making 300K, but all the 300K were being taken away because I had things that I needed to clean up, like the mess that I got into. But I was doing good. I was motivated. I was working out. I was listening to an audio book a week. So I was doing 52 audiobooks a year. And that was kind of like, and I was getting better. That's why I got to 300. And then I was driving a beat up Honda Civic. And it's because that was just me at the time. It doesn't make sense, but I was a broke person making $300,000 because I owed millions. But I was fixing it. I didn't file bankruptcy. So because I'm not a quitter. That's one of the things. I'm not a quitter. I'm never gonna quit. Even when 2008 happened and the mortgage crisis happened, I stayed in the mortgage industry. I didn't quit. So one day I'm driving and I listened to this audiobook, and I'll give credit to him, Grant Cardone. I'm reading his, and I listen to the. I come up with this audiobook on my iPhone, and I'm listening to it. I'm driving the Honda Civic, and I used to park away from the gym, Equinox, because Equinox has rich people, has hot women, and you want to be in that environment. So I wanted to go there to see the hot woman and remind me like there's hot women. And I wanted to see the rich guys driving Lambos, Ferraris, Bentleys, because I wanted to see like it's possible. So I would go from the fucked up little house that I had. I went to that gym, drove 40 minutes, West Hollywood, right there at Sunset Plaza where my office is today.
Right.
That's the hottest gym where you have the Hollywood Hill stars, the celebrities, rich people, business owners, and hot babes. So I wanted to go there and get inspired. So one day I'm driving and I'm about to park my beat up Civic, and I always hoped that nobody saw me because I wanted to sneak in there and pretend to be rich and cool like everybody else. So one of those times, I come up with this book, audiobook, Sell or Be Sold. Sell to Survive. It was Sell to Survive.
Okay.
I hear Grant and I hear his voice, and I'm like, man, this guy's like so energetic, so positive. Like you gotta go harder. You gotta. He was like, if you need a break, take a 40-second break. 40 seconds. Okay, 40. Okay, get back to work. Wake up at 4 in the morning, and I was like, man. And he started talking Beverly Hills, Hollywood Hills, and these areas. And I'm like, man, he lives here. But then I found out he moved. But that book, it just made me realize, man, I should be thinking like even bigger. And then I went to his seminar in Cancun, Mexico, all inclusive. And then from there on, I just committed to like, I gotta go to more seminars. I gotta study the right people. I have to have a mentor. And what changed my life to conclude this is getting a mentor. So people see us getting a mentor, man, that's fraud, that's fake. Don't waste your money. Don't go to seminars. They're stupid. I can tell you how to be successful, but do you want to listen to broke people and losers on how to be successful? No. So I started investing the little money that I had into a mentor. So I got one mentor, then I got another mentor. I started off getting the front rows when I went to events to get the attention of the mentors, of the speaker, of the rich guy. And then whenever they said, we have this mastermind and it's going to be $30,000, I'm in. I would 15 grand one credit card, 15 grand other credit card. I would borrow my friend's credit card, my dad's credit card, but I would make sure I went there. And then people thought I was crazy, but you learn stuff. Every time you go to places, events, books, you're looking for $1 million. What $1 million idea can I get from this book, from this event, or and then and when you get a mentor, like Patrick was one of my first mentors, spending one-on-one time changed my life. And I know you could also attest to that, like spending time like with me and it changed your life. So it's very important to get the information from the right sources and just listen to them. You don't have to go and ask, hey mom, this guy, I paid him $10,000 and he told me to do this. You think he's right? Your mom is not successful financially. So listen to trusted sources. So that's the biggest mistake with people.
Yeah.
They go and they pay money, they go to an event, they learn stuff from millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires. And then they go back. Hey, what do you think, broke friend? Oh no, that's bullshit. Don't listen to that. So that's why you're confused. But you're taking action. You're like, Albert, should I do this? And then you just go and do it. And look at it, it's working.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest advice I could give to people.
Brother, and I love it because as I'm hearing you, I just kind of like realized that you were my turning point. Exactly the same thing. You were the first. I never hired a mentor, and I made that decision with you, and that was the turning point of my life. So again, man, this was great. You hear it from the Albert Preciado himself. Brother, thank you so much for giving all this value here. And man, I love you, brother. You and your family, you guys are family to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. And add one more thing really quick. When you get a mentor, they introduce you to their friends. Just like you came to me, now you're gonna learn from another mentor, and you also now you're friends with Bobby and Sophia, and then you're gonna Brad Lee is gonna be next. So that's what happens. So like people that are like wondering, man, I want to get close to Jomar because now Jomar is gonna be my introduction to Albert, to Bobby Castro, and to other people. So it works magic, and you want, and it's all the environment, your circle of influence. So you're in the circle, your circle of influence keeps getting better and better and better and better. But having said that, Jomar, really proud of you. If anybody that follows you or your people need my help, I'm here to help. I'm a humble guy, Mexican, came from nothing, and I can help you guys on whatever you need. I'm open, and the more lives you help, the more lives you change, or the more money you make.
Thank you so much, brother. And I will put your link, like Instagram link, so people could follow you. Again, thank you so much for all the value, brother. Really appreciate it, and so much blessings and love to you, brother.
Awesome, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.